Hey guys, what's up? So, before the 90 days, we just watched the 18th episode, was part two of the tell all. It's over. Before the 90 days is over, and we got a lot to talk about, I think, because I feel like at this point, not a lot was answered. Hey, Macia. Hey everybody, Raquel, Retire with Dolls. Bobby. Hey everybody. Hope you guys watched. Hey, Judy's here. Hope you guys watched the episode. Um, I want to talk about it. My notes are not working because Twitter is down, and that's where my notes are. But I have a lot. I want to talk about. Hey,
I'm so sad you just missed all my technical difficulties.
wait, I missed them. That's good.
I know.
What happened?
Oh, my iPad fell. Everything fell. It was great. It was a good time.
Oh crap.
What are you drinking?
Okay.
Hi.
Hey. So I don't have
What are
my
you drinking, George?
notes. I don't have my notes because my Twitter is not working. I think it's down, like the whole app. So I tweeted like a billion tweets about the show, and I was going to use them as my notes, but now I don't have them. So now we just got to talk about it off the top of our heads. I have nothing to go off of.
You drinking for all three of us?
Did you empty the bottle?
Gotta do something after tonight, man.
I feel like
my gosh. I cannot deal with you tonight.
So this was the last episode of chapter 6 before the 90 days, right? 18th episode. I wasn't super surprised by anything. Like, okay, I want to bring something up. So, we kind of suspected Sheila to be pregnant in the beginning of the season. That was never brought up. So I want to first of all apologize to Sheila if she heard me say that. That was insensitive and nasty of me to say, because you're never supposed to assume a woman is pregnant. You let a woman come to you, and I didn't do that. I feel really bad. I really hope that. Wait, it says that it's kicking me out. Is it kicking people out of the live?
I mean, I thought she was pregnant too, but
Everybody thought she was pregnant, so.
I felt bad because I felt like if it was true, they were going to bring it up, and they didn't bring it up. So then I was like, ooh, so maybe she did, because, she was on TikTok, and she's like, oh, I gained a little weight or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe, just maybe, they're going to come back on another show, and that part will be a part of that story. So, oh, Macia, I'm so glad it's back. Okay, good, because I didn't know what was going on. Okay, so hopefully we weren't completely wrong, and she wasn't, because then I'll feel really bad. Like, I'll feel terrible. But it's a possibility, because David is a fan favorite, so it is a possibility they're going to pop up on another spinoff somewhere, and then the story of her coming to America, her bringing John to America, and her being pregnant might be, hey, Pris Pix, I never can say that right. Coming to America will be on that. So, but what do you think about David's situation where he has to wait? I think the minimum was 2 years if they went with the K1. And then I think the other option was to get married in the Philippines and then apply for a spousal, and that was 3 to 4 years. Why is it so long? Because we've watched seasons of 90 Day Fiancé, and we have met the person, and then the person was already in America before the season ended. So is it just the Philippines that has that type of backlog, or is it certain countries? Because I don't know. It seems like some people can get over here really quick. Like, I remember the Patrick and Thais story. It seemed like Thais was here so fast. Like, he was over there talking to her dad and trying to get his blessing. Then the next thing I knew, she was already here. Like, it was so fast. So I'm really wondering what the deal is. Maybe it's certain countries, because I think Thais, oh, it's Mecca. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Mecca. I've been saying your name wrong for like weeks. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. So Mecca, I'm glad you're back. Hey, Molly. So I just want to know, how do you guys feel about that? You think that David and Sheila's relationship is strong enough to make it through? Because he did build them a new house. Do you think that they're going to be able to make it through?
Hopefully.
Yeah, but I think too it depends on the lawyer you get. Some lawyers, they be dragging their tail. So
yeah,
somebody said that using a lawyer can make the process take longer. I was on actually Jessica's live from Jessica and won, and she said that they're not using a lawyer because she said that the lawyer could take longer because lawyers like file your paperwork and stuff at their own leisure because you're not their only client. So she said that getting a lawyer sometimes could make it take longer because they have other people that they're working with, so you're not a main priority. You would make yourself a main priority, obviously, but the lawyer has a lot of caseload, so they have to make time as time is made. So I don't know if David is going to use the lawyer. He said that he's already started the process, which I thought was really good. He started the process, and what did you guys think of the house? The house looked good, right?
Yeah,
there was
I was very
roof.
Yeah.
There was window. Did you see there was a window and it had like an opening and closed window? Like before it was just an open window.
Yeah.
They can open and close the windows. I love this for them.
Yep.
I'm so happy. It sucks that we had to see like a tragedy take place to see that, but that's kind of how the world works. Like they don't put those railroad crossings up until something horrible happens at the railroad. Like unfortunately, this is kind of the world we live in. So I really am happy to see that house, especially now that we think she might be living there for maybe another 2 years. This is definitely a good, safe place for her and John Bell and her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was to see that. I love them, and you know the never before seen clips. Just God, you can't help but get emotional with them. Like just watching the two of them cry, it tugs at my heartstrings. I can't help it. It digs at my cold black soul.
I do love them. They're definitely fan favorites of mine. And I've saw some stuff tonight on this tell-all, especially between Christian and Cleo, and definitely with Amanda. Oh, and I gotta talk about Amanda's sister too, right? Like Amanda's sister.
I want to be her friend.
She was like spilling it, and Amanda's like, calm down, chill out. Don't make me look like a horrible.
Now we know why Amanda didn't want Razvan to come over here, because she was cheating on him with another man.
So I gotta bring this up. I'm not trying to be like petty, but remember she said that she met Razvan right around the time Jason passed away. When was there any other time for her to be talking to another guy? Like I'm really confused because literally Jason I mean, it's leaning in that direction, right? Like it's leaning in that direction because she made it seem like to us, literally right after he passed away, she met Razvan and things started. Now we're finding out there's a whole different guy.
No,
and then
no. They were talking before he passed away. We've done proved this.
But
they were already talking and planning a relationship before he even passed away.
But I have a question. This guy that she's dating now, right at the end of the tell-all, she said that she's in a relationship. Is this a third guy? This is my question, because her sister made it seem like the guy that was in question that Razvan had issues with, this wasn't the guy that she was in contact with now.
Yeah.
This is a third guy.
Yes.
So what the actual hell, right? Am I the only one who thinks that this timeline is crazy?
No, she's a whore. Plain and simple, she's a whore. A crazy.
Yeah,
whore.
she sure is.
Well, her sister.
She just be opening her legs to anybody.
Yep. Absolutely.
I felt like the way that she acted at the tell-all, and she had such a cold, nasty look the whole time. Like she felt like, well, and then she told Jasmine to shut the F up. Did you catch that? She's like, you don't know me. You need to shut the F up. And it's like, well, Jasmine is actually telling you how you acted. Like, this is what we all saw. Jasmine took one for the team, and she told her what we wanted to all tell her. And her reaction was...
And first of all, Jasmine should have got up and punched her in the face.
But she can't.
I was looking for her to do that.
She can't steal our tagline, first of all. So
That's right. Yes, let's talk about that. How in the world is Jasmine gonna come on the tell-all and steal mine and Kara's line?
Yep.
No one can steal our line, guys. That's our line, okay? We're the only ones who can say we can punch people in the face. Nobody else can.
Yeah. But
that's ours.
Tonight was the first time I ever in the history of 90 Day agreed with Jasmine about anything. And that's when she went after Christian and Amanda. I was like, I'm kind of on your side on this one. First time ever.
I mean, they tried to gang up on Razvan and the Tullo. I don't know if you guys noticed, and they were like, "Oh, well, why did you decide to wait for her to come all the way to Romania and you wait for her to go home?" And I was like, "Did y'all not watch the same season that we watched?" Because I was like, I'm trying to understand in what universe Razvan is the problem, in this relationship.
They turned the table. They didn't even. That right there made me so freaking mad. Why did they not show how Amanda was acting? Why were they trying to make it look like she was the innocent one the whole time when she was the one that was such a freaking biatch the whole time?
Well, I didn't understand where they were getting their information from, because they were like, "Oh, well, she went over there and she took all this time away from her kids." And I'm like, we watched the same season, right? Like, we watched her be cold to him. We watched her treat him like garbage. We watched her say, "Oh, well, you'll never be my ex. You'll never be Jason. You'll never be who I want you to be. You'll never be the person for me." And then all of a sudden, towards the end, she's like, "Well, I don't want to leave here like not engaged." And then all of a sudden, she liked him.
Yeah.
And then she got back home, and in true fashion, any man would have done it. He dumped her, which is exactly what he should have done. I mean, I probably would have did it in person. Like, I just would have been like, when he said, "You're my worst enemy, you're my best friend, you're my worst enemy," I was like, if I needed you in my corner, I wouldn't need an enemy, so I can't have you in my corner. You know, I just would have told her, like, this is never going to work. You don't know how to love another person. That's exactly what I would have told her. You don't know how to love another person. You treat people like they're deplorable. Like, she treats people like, I don't need you. I'll treat you however I want, and then whenever I decide I like you again, I might be nice to you. And it's just horrible. And I hated how they decided that Razvan was a bad guy all of a sudden during the tell-all, because he was like, "Oh, I broke up with her and I couldn't deal with it." And I'm like, well, that's exactly what he should have done. I was like, there's no point in the season did we watch it and say he should go out of his way to be with her. No one ever said that. So when Riley was like, "Man, I don't know, you just seemed like you were telling her what she wanted to hear," it was vice versa. That's exactly what she did.
Not watch the show? Like, seriously, did not any of them watch the show? Just
it seemed like they didn't. Well, Razvan said that he has his visa approved and he's coming to the U.S. So I had some questions. So he's going to be here on a tourist visa. Where do you live on a tourist visa? Because you can't work. And he said that he would love to stay with Amanda. And she said, no. But, like, how does that work with the tourist visa? Because you don't work. So where exactly are you supposed to stay?
Well, there's about 500,000 American women that are sending him DMs that say, "You can stay here." So he's fine. And if that doesn't work, he can stay here.
I know that Razvan will be fine. I'm thinking, like, hypothetically. Like, he said that he missed his striptease class during, what do you call it, the tell-all. Him and Sarper with the stripteases, right? So I don't think that there will be an issue of him finding somewhere to sleep at night, right? But I was like, and hypothetically speaking, if you come here on a tourist visa, tourists can't, like, make money. So, like, you just have to, like, save up enough money to pay for everything while you're here. And
I'm sure he saved from his job, from all of his online stuff. He's got a hell of a following, first of all. So I'm sure he's making some good money. But then also, we have to remember he got paid from the show. So let's say bare minimum he got 25 grand. Okay, he got 25 grand. That's going to keep him comfortable in a hotel for a couple months. How long can he be here on a tourist visa?
Up to 6 months.
A tourist visa is like 6 months, isn't it?
So 25.
Some people get 90 days. Some people get 6 months. I don't know what the variations are.
Even if it's only $25,000 that he has, he'll be fine for 6 months.
Oh yeah,
and then he'll do his stocks in America and all that shit, and he'll make a lot of money. He'll be fine. He doesn't need her ass.
Well, no, he doesn't need her for anything, and I hate that he wanted to even meet up with her and see her, because I was like, she's toxic. Leave her where she's at. You know, if you are gonna come to America, well, Judy says he's already been here. I don't know if that's true. Do you think he's already been here? Because remember back in the day, we saw him post something and it had a Florida phone number. So do you think he's still here?
I mean, I don't know if
I don't know. I mean, he said he was going to have to go back and he was going to reapply and come back again. So, but he was going to get a different visa next time.
Well, I think he's gonna apply to get like a work visa, is what he was trying to say. But I think the tourist visa is what he was on. Oh, someone says that he charges $300 a month to train and for provide nutrition advice.
See, there you go.
Really?
So let's say he's got 10 people that do that. That's $3,000 a month.
Oh
He's
yeah,
totally fine.
yeah. He can live in a decent. He can live in a decent hotel.
Yep.
Like we're not talking Motel 6. Like we're talking decent.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering that because I was like, I would love to go like on a tourist visa to another country, but I was like, if I'm not allowed to work, I would have to have all the money on hand. You know,
Yeah.
and that's difficult for some people. You know, for some people, if you're coming from a third world country, it's not very possible for you to come over here with 10 grand. You know, it's not feasible.
He started the show with a big following. So
Yeah.
now that the show's done, his following has doubled. I'm sure he's doing just fine.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We're worrying about the wrong people.
Yeah.
We're worried about the wrong people. So, oh, we know now. Okay, so this is gonna get. I don't want to like get this taken out of context. So I hope nobody screen records me saying this. But we know now that Violet's not pregnant. She said that she lost the baby, and I'm just gonna be openly honest with y'all. She lying.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be
She's lying.
honest.
She said she aborted the baby.
No, that's not what I heard. I heard that
Go
because of her health.
I can read what she said. She said she had to get rid of the pregnancy.
Because of her health, right?
She aborted the pregnancy then.
But I didn't. That's not the.
I took it as a miscarriage.
Me too. That's what I took it as.
I took it as she did an abortion.
She said something to the effect of, it wasn't that I didn't want the baby, but my health wouldn't.
Poor health. Yeah.
That was that.
She said I had to get rid of the. I had to get rid of. Had to get rid of it.
That's it. I'm going back.
Okay, yeah.
It's happening.
But now I'm
Go
curious
ahead.
because
I took it as if she aborted the baby.
Okay.
yeah,
I'm gonna
now
go back and
I'm curious.
Go
Okay.
back because it says she had to get. But we all know that she was never pregnant anyway.
Well, I know. Right. That's where I was going. I'm gonna say I know for a fact there was never a baby. There's never a baby. This was all a hoax for her to get money out of Riley. We know that that's not true. And the way that she started crying and the way that, and I was just like, I feel like such a horrible person. But I was just like looking at her like, this is all BS. You are such a liar. And I was like, the fact that you're saying this, knowing that women really do go through this, they really do lose children, and they really do have that emotional attachment to that lost child, and you're lying about it. It pissed me off even more.
Yep.
Because I was like, it just shows how heartless you really are. Because she's like, oh, well, I'm older and my poor health. And I was like, you was never pregnant. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. And I'm just like, it is what it is. You lied to him. And we saw these text messages that Riley posted where somebody that she knew that was close to her was pregnant. And this was all part of a plan where they were going to try to get money out of him. And he was smart enough not to fall for it because he hired an American English-speaking doctor, not American, but English-speaking doctor, so he could get clear information. Because let's be honest, anytime Violet's mouth is moving, she's telling lies.
100.
Everything that comes out of that woman's mouth is a lie. She could literally walk up to me and say, it's raining, and I would have to go outside and look because I
would
can't
have
believe
to go
it.
outside and drown in the water falling from the sky.
Yes.
Shit that came out of her mouth.
She is a habitual liar.
I think,
That's what she
but
is.
even worse, sometimes I think she believes her own lies.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that she lives in that web. And when she's telling the lies and we're all looking at her like, why are you lying? And she's looking at us like we're crazy. I think she thinks we're crazy and that her lies are real. I think that she's not in the same reality as everybody else. And she feels like just because she said it, it has to be true.
Yep.
And everybody has to just believe that. And I think that that makes her, I don't know, she's living in like a different universe because she just thinks that she can say anything without providing any proof, without actually backing up the story with anything. Just because she said it, you're supposed to believe it. And if you don't, you're crazy and you're not trustworthy and you're not loyal and you don't respect her and you're not protecting her just because you don't believe everything that comes out of her mouth.
See, and I was thinking that Riley had some set of like moral compass, if you will. He was like, this is how I feel. There's no way I don't want this. And then he turned around and sided with Amanda. So now I don't believe shit that comes out of Riley's mouth either. And I want to like Riley. I want to. really bad. But now like, how can
Riley probably banging Amanda too, so
yeah, yes,
that's probably why he was
That's it.
defending her.
Yep. That's it.
That is definitely a possibility.
Yes.
They were in New York for 3 days.
Riley's
You know, that is
number 4.
right. That is definitely a possibility. Like, we can't rule that out because Amanda's been very busy since the passing of her husband. We've learned, especially tonight, we've learned very busy. She's been getting around.
One defending her. Riley was the only one defending
Well,
her.
yeah, anyone who has seen or witnessed her in person knows not to defend anything she's doing.
Yeah.
Like, literally, her actions are despicable and nasty. And even her sister, was like, let me tell you what really happened, because she's not telling you. And even her sister was putting her out there. And I was like, that says a lot. Because her own family is putting her out there. That says a whole lot.
Did you see the face? Did you see the looks that she was giving her sister? Like, I mean, if she could have, like, killed her with the looks, her sister would have fell over dead.
I wish we had a sister with us tonight.
I do too. I wish I knew her her Instagram. I want her to come on and tell us what really happened. And the way that she tried to shut her up really made me realize, I was like, there's so much more to this.
I hope Rosvon hooks up with the sister. That would be the best.
Really? Rosvon?
Yeah.
I mean,
she's pretty, she's smart, she knows her sister is a bitch. Like, bring it on.
I mean, that would be the ultimate revenge, right? To get back at her, like, oh, I'm here in America and I'm banging your sister now. You know, like, that would be the ultimate revenge. Like, I don't need you, and I'm also staying with her too. You know, like, I don't need you at all.
I would
right?
still 100% be Team Rosvon.
I am
100%.
I've always been Team Rosvon, and I took a lot of offense to the show tonight, the way people tried to make it seem like he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
I hated it, and I was like, this every
TLC
person
did the same thing. Even TLC was trying to make it look like he was the bad guy. They did not show not the first scene where not even one out of the million scenes that she was being a total bitch towards him. They were trying to make it look like he was the one taking advantage of her.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? Seriously?
They played the scene where he said, I've always wanted to come to America. And they were trying to make it sound like, oh, well, he was using it for a green card. Okay, first of all, Amanda had no intentions of moving to Romania, so him coming to America was always implied, right? It was always implied. She had no intentions of moving her and her kids to Romania. So if she was pursuing anything with him at any point in time, she knew that it would be him coming to where she was, because it was never on the table for the other way around. So for her to be like, I didn't know that. How the hell did you not know? Yeah. You're sitting in Romania at a table with a guy who you're dating, who is you're not moving to his country. You made it very clear that you're not moving to his country. What exactly did you think was going to happen? He was going to teleport to your country and teleport back at night? Like, what is wrong with her?
Yep. Yeah, she's crazy.
Very
crazy. I'm so glad. I hope if I don't ever see her again, it will be too soon. Way too soon.
I don't know if her new boyfriend and her are gonna be on the single life or whatever. I don't know, but
all 7 of them.
She wasn't at the party, so.
Oh yeah, she wasn't. You're right. Everybody who was at the party was gonna be premiering on a new show. You're right. So there's a possibility we won't see her again. Fingers crossed. Right. I mean, we don't possibility. But so we finally got to hear no live conversation with Christian and Tyree, but we did hear a conversation from Christian and the producer, and it was pretty vile. Like, it was a pretty vile conversation. No respect from this guy at all for Tyree.
Let's see if Tyree will come visit us.
Oh yeah, see if he's online. I definitely felt bad for Tyree. It's hard because throughout the season, I was like, Tyree, the signs are there. You know, like, they're there. You're ignoring them. I want to feel bad for you, but I also want you to just use, like, common sense. You know, but then when I was hearing he went there and the person literally lured him to a store to drop off clothes and a phone, it was really hard. Then called them names. And I was like, man, Tyree's a good person. And it's so easy for you to take advantage of a good person. Like, when you meet a bad person, you meet a scammer, you meet an a-hole, that person is gonna know what you're doing. But you meet a good person, it's a lot easier to pull one fast. And I did feel bad for Tyree. Oh, question. Tyree said that, Christian said that he needed clothes. So Tyree dropped off clothes to the store. Were the clothes women's clothes or men's clothes? Because I was like, Tyree should have known if he was dropping off men's clothes that he's dropping off clothes for a man. So I was really confused. I really have more questions.
That is such a good point. I didn't think about.
I mean, I was thinking that maybe he had told, well, Carmella had told Tyree that it was for her brother or somebody. So I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I don't know. We need Tyree to come on.
I'm gonna get him.
I don't know.
Like I need that needs to be answered.
I was like, he said, Christian's like, I needed clothes and I needed a phone. And I was like, well, clothes, men's clothes and women's clothes are very distinctively different. Okay. Like, so if he brought you women's clothes, what were you going to do? Sell the women's clothes and then buy your own clothes? Or did he literally drop off men's clothes and not ask questions? And that was, buying a phone, and he brought over a phone, like, this is so crazy. And then he said $3,000 to $4,000 on the show. I think Tyree said like $1,500 when he told us on the season. So remember we said you always take the number and double it. It was more. It was more.
Yeah.
And it was just, I wanted him to actually call and get him to answer the phone. But typically a scammer is not going to answer the phone. They're not going to want to be, brought to light. This is what they do. The more people they can scam, the better. And he was like, I had no feelings for him. It was all about money. I didn't care about him as a person. I just thought he was stupid. It just was so infuriating. Someone said,
dumb American.
Yes, he called them stupid American. The last time I heard stupid American is back from the Family Chantel when Pedro's mom called, was like stupid Americans with mental issues or something she said. And it triggered me a little bit. So I was like, that pisses me off. You can't call us all stupid. You're pissing me off. We're not all stupid. Like, I hate it when people do that.
I think the friend is the real Carmella, Chris Picks. I really do.
Yeah.
I really think that the friend is Carmella. That's why, or the one saying that she was Carmella, that's why she didn't get mad, because when Tyree told her that someone stole her information, she didn't even want to look at anything. She didn't want to see anything. Why? Because I think she's in on it.
I mean, how is he getting pictures and videos of her to use?
Guess who's coming?
Who's Tyree? Oh, excellent. Oh, someone said that they thought they saw that Soulja Boy was gonna be on this season. I didn't see that. I follow Soulja Boy and everything. I didn't see him on any other previews. As far as I know, he's not coming back for anything that I know of at the moment. So if you guys see anything that Soulja Boy is coming back, send it to me. I'm interested in that. I'm a Soulja Boy fan over here. So if he has selected,
Did you just say that?
Yeah, I love Soulja.
You're a
Soulja Boy.
fan?
Yeah.
Stop.
Wait, you don't like Soulja Boy?
Stop.
International superstar Soulja Boy. You're not a fan?
Stop. I gotta keep my loyalties where my loyalties are.
I mean, there's no loyalty here. There's just like, as a person, I think he's funny and he brings a lot of drama.
I love Kimberly. I cannot stand Usman.
Oh, Kim is my best friend.
I know that.
Yeah, Kim is my best friend. There's no.
I cannot be a fan. I'm sorry. I cannot be a fan.
Well, Kim doesn't hate Soulja Boy.
I know.
She doesn't hate. Yeah, it's.
I know.
It's complicated. It's complicated.
I know, but just because she doesn't hate him doesn't mean I have to love him.
That's true. That's true. I agree with you 100%. You do have.
He ain't Kimberly anymore. Trust me. We know.
No, he's not with her anymore. That ship has sailed. So yeah, if you see anything about him coming back, let me know, because I didn't know anything about it. I hear stuff usually before everyone else. So if you hear anything about it, let me know. I would love to hear about it. But so wait, while we're waiting on Tyree, I wanted to talk about Misha and Nicola. Nicola was given a lot of advice tonight on praying and judgy stuff. But what do we think is going to happen? Because now it's time for him to go back to Israel, and they have to decide if they're going to actually get married or not. And I feel like they probably shouldn't. You know, in my opinion, I feel like Misha should send him back where he came from, and she should try to find somebody here. It's just my opinion. I just would really, that's what I want for her. I want for her to find somebody less judgy, someone who's going to accept her for who she is. Like, he literally said to her, I wouldn't marry you if you can't get an annulment because you're not good enough for me unless it's in the eyes of God or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This guy's a dick, right? I'm sorry. This guy's a dick, right? Like, her being married and it not working out does not make her scum. Period. Yeah. End of discussion. If she was married to somebody, so would he have rather her stayed married to a toxic man and raise children with a toxic man? Is that what he think would have been the right thing to do? Like, he pisses me off. Every time he opens his mouth, he pisses me off.
Yeah, I can't. I don't like him. I really don't.
Well,
I don't like anybody that tries to act like they high and mighty, because the ones that walk around here that act like they high and mighty, they full of shit.
Yep.
Just saying. They're the biggest hypocrites. They're the biggest hypocrites ever.
But I have to say, I loved Misha on this tell-all. She kept it so classy. She didn't veer in either direction. She didn't attack anybody. She just kept it very classy. She's a classy woman, and I love that for her. I just hope that she can find herself a classy man.
Yeah, because she ain't got one right now. She actually, somebody tweeted that she was the human meme because all of her facial expressions to everything, to her reaction to everyone was on point. Like, she was always like, you know, she was on point. She definitely, but she kept it classy. She didn't start any mess with nobody. She didn't say anything, you know, nasty. You know, she wasn't judgmental. She was the classiest, probably the classiest person this tell-all. She kept it very professional, very on brand for her personality and her religion and who she is. And I definitely I love Misha. I think Misha's beautiful. I think she's intelligent. I think that she can get anyone that she wants. And I just wish that she was open to being with somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I just wish she was open to that. I just feel like Nicola, in every sense of being a husband, would be a bad guy.
Every sense of being a man?
Yes, right? Like, he's just, I don't know. I don't hate anyone, but I just think I don't like him either. You know, like, I don't like him. Like, I don't like him for her, and I don't like him, like, in general. Like, we wouldn't hang out because he would probably have a lot to say about me and how drunk I get on weekends. So, like, we wouldn't hang out, you know?
Somebody said that she was acting and posing for the cameras. There's Tyree. Hi, Tyree.
She was acting and posing. I mean, she's just really attractive and beautiful, and it could look.
Was her job. She was a newscaster.
Well, right.
She knows how to pose for the cameras. She was just being her.
Oh, what's up, guys? I look busted. Sorry.
Oh.
What's up, guys? Oh yeah, of course.
So how?
I'm all right, actually. How you guys doing? I just watched the show, actually. It just barely came off. I watched it a little late.
We're good. We're good.
I love you, and we just can't say enough about you. We think you're freaking awesome.
No, I appreciate it. I love you guys too. I see you guys on social media all the time. Kim told me nothing but good things about George and all you guys, so definitely support you guys and appreciate it.
Yeah, we're just so sorry you went through everything that you went through, but we think you're an adult, and we're just so happy that you're happy. Have you gone anywhere?
You know, it was a learning experience, you know, and and at first I was just embarrassed about it, but now I feel like maybe it'll help someone else, you know. So I feel like that might have been what. Sorry, somebody's backing in there, but that might have been what the reason they picked me for, was to tell the story in a different perspective, you know, because sometimes I didn't realize it too recently, but like sometimes it doesn't work out for everybody, you know. Like they show people leaving the country and meeting their people, and some people don't meet their person. So I think it's a realistic way to kind of show what happens, you know.
So we have a burning question. When you dropped off the clothes that they were talking about, were they men's clothes or women's clothes?
It was both. It was a mixture.
What was the request for? How did they present you with that?
it was like you get stuff from my brother, you know. I'm
Uh,
not sure. I didn't really notice if they mentioned that or not on the episode.
they did.
Um, they didn't. Okay, yeah. So they did actually ask for both stuff. So it was a mixture of women and men stuff.
That makes sense. That
Right.
makes so much more. Thank you for clearing.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that did get me. But then I'm like it's weird though. But my family is the same way. Like my mom, she'll always be like, "Don't forget your brother or sister or whatever" on pretty much anything. So like for me, it was just something that was kind of like natural, you know. So I
Yeah,
didn't really think much of it. But I did at the same time. But like it was definitely a lot of red flags that I just ignored.
yeah, that makes
Oh yeah. It's a learning experience, like you said, and I'm glad that you were on the show and they featured it because, like you said, we don't always see these type of stories in the franchise, and people who are going through it, like you said, you felt embarrassed at first, and you shouldn't feel embarrassed when someone is scamming you and lying to you and using you. You're a victim in that situation. Don't be embarrassed at what someone did to you. You have more power speaking out and telling your story and owning that situation, because this will never happen to you again. And now
Yeah,
on
no,
top of that,
never.
you're able to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else, and that's even more powerful. You're able to empower people into saying, look, if you feel like a situation isn't adding up, it doesn't seem right, it's your responsibility, your right, to ask the right questions. And if you don't get the right
Exactly.
answers, it's up to you to end that. Don't let it go as far as it did. And now your story is going to help people realize, this isn't right, and this isn't what the person says that they are, and I have the right to question that, and I don't have to be embarrassed. I don't have to feel like I did anything wrong, because you
yeah,
didn't. You literally didn't do anything wrong. You did everything right, and this person took full advantage of you.
yeah,
It, and that's the thing too. I felt like I did a lot of things wrong, and then like you said, I was just kind of like in a position where I was like, dang, like why did I do that, and how did I get into this position? Because it kind of got to the point where it was so far in that I couldn't break it off or anything, you know. And when I tried, it kind of got like dragged back into it.
yeah. Well,
Well,
you're awesome.
you're awesome.
Thank you. You
We
guys are.
we're happy that you made it out. You weren't hurt, because we heard tonight that this person had eyes on you in a
Yeah,
foreign
Yeah,
country.
yeah,
So we're just happy that you're safe. You weren't hurt. You could have been robbed.
yeah,
There's so many different scenarios that played out in my mind when I realized that this person was trailing you, and we didn't know what
exactly.
their intentions were. So we're just happy that you are okay, and you're here to tell the story. You're here to share what went on, so you can help somebody that could be going through the same thing, because this person could be doing the exact same thing to someone right now.
yep,
And
Yeah, and they
thanks to
probably
you,
didn't show it. Oh, sorry for cutting you off. They probably didn't show it. I'm not sure if they did or not, but they said they had other people. They have
I
multiple people. They said
I heard them
yeah,
say that.
it's
like a bunch. So that was one of the things, and that's why I think that they didn't agree to be on camera,
Yeah,
because I
oh
know
yeah,
that the producers had reached out and they didn't want their stuff to be seen because they had did this to a bunch of other people.
it
Now,
is
hey, I have a
definitely.
question. I have a burning question to ask you. Okay, whenever you went to go see Carmela at the restaurant, did it not? Did you not notice a huge red flag when she didn't even get bothered or upset that
yeah,
another person was using her pictures and talking to you like as if it was her? I mean, was that not one of the biggest red flags ever? I mean, she should have been wearing a red outfit, because if you were to tell me that someone was using my pictures, and some of them were like, they were like almost
Yeah,
intimate
everything.
pictures. So
Well,
did
I
that?
want to say
I mean,
though,
what is your thoughts on that?
I'll let George go first.
well, I just want to say, in his defense, in her line of work, the type of pictures that she released are not the type of pictures that we would release.
true.
So it wasn't a huge
True,
violation for her. Like,
but she did not. It didn't even bother her. It didn't even
It did.
bother her at all. Like either way, I don't. I mean, it should have. She
so
didn't even have to see anything.
Tyree, what kind of vibes did you get from Carmela when you first met her? Did you get any vibes at all?
You know, nothing really too bad. It was just awkward for both of us, I think. And like I felt bad kind of dragging her into the situation. But like she was really nice. And then like to clarify, she doesn't do like well to my knowledge, she doesn't do like escorting stuff. It's just the OnlyFans stuff.
Right.
And the cam girl
Right.
stuff.
That's what we didn't think that she did escorting. Oh, I think that was brought up on the show because there was like a site. But
Yeah.
somebody, you know, the internet detectives found her OnlyFans and stuff, so we saw that was what she was doing. And we respect all sex work. We respect all work. All sex work is real work. So we're not saying anything about that. But in your opinion, do you feel like Carmela and Christian are connected in any way?
I don't think so.
You
I
don't?
think that she kind of has her own, you know, little whatever she does set up, and I think that she might be, you know, pretty successful at it. And you know, they showed the stuff at the investigator's office that they didn't show on screen or whatever, because we were there for almost 2 hours. You know, he dug deep into her Twitter account, so it was a lot that they didn't show. And then also just to clarify too, like what she was saying, definitely was red flags how she didn't really care. I think that because they didn't show it neither, but she said that she got blackmailed basically by somebody before with her photos.
Oh, so this is something that has happened in the past.
Yeah, it happened in the past. So she was blackmailed before with people who like seen her and tried to like, you know, tell stuff about her. And like that's not her real name too. Also, because I know they were saying that, but yeah, that's not her real name. That's like her stage name basically.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. And she wanted to be really discreet about being on the show. What's up, Nicola? Oh yeah, of course.
2 more burning questions. Number 1, are you seeing anyone at
No, not right now. We went to the 90-day anniversary party. I had a good time with all the other cast members. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Not seeing anybody right now though.
Okay, number 2, how's your mama?
She's good. She's actually eating right now. Eating kind of late.
We love mom. We love mom here. Hi, mom.
Mom, they love you here, Mom.
Yes.
She said she loved you guys too. She got her mouth full, but thank you guys. I appreciate it.
So one more question. Is there anybody in the 90-day universe that you have a crush on? Because I know you were at the party and there were some very beautiful women there. Is there anybody that you have your eye on?
You know, I wouldn't say eye on. I would say that I did like, you know, getting to meet everyone. Everyone was really nice, friendly. I would say, you know what? It's gonna sound weird. Big Ed was really charming. That guy, like, he has a way with his words. I'm dead serious. That guy can get any woman he wants.
Stop.
I don't believe
Stop.
That is,
You no, Tyrone.
Man.
Stop while you ahead. Stop.
I would say one more thing. I was telling my friend this. I was like, that guy is like, I can't explain it. Like, I don't know. We had a really deep conversation. I know you guys see like a different perspective of him, but like he's a really good guy. Liz is really cool. We hung out. She reached out and we talked and stuff like that. Went out, hung out with her and Big Ed. Joby was really cool. Really nice guy. I met Matt Sharp. Really nice guy. Really friendly. Like I was surprised he knew who I was, but he talked about my story and stuff.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, it was a very humbling experience.
You're a big deal now.
It was really nice to have like, you know, the big boss know who you are. I met the TLC president, really nice guy too. I talked to him for a little while. I talked to Bilal, a really nice guy too. Colby's really cool. Emily, everyone there was really nice. Debbie, me and her rode together in the same car. So we talked for about 20 minutes in the New York traffic. Really deep conversations, really nice lady. Met Tim and Veronica, met Chantel and Winter. They were all cool. Me and Chantel had a little conversation just about, you know, like dating and stuff like that and, you know, the do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
But everyone there was definitely instrumental in like 90 days. So I was honored to be there. Not sure how I got picked, but, you know, I wasn't going to say no. So they emailed me and I was like, hey, I'm there.
Right? I'm glad that you made it because we didn't get to see you live in person on the tell-all. So it's awesome that you got to see everybody live and in person. And that's your family now. You're part of the TLC 90 Day family. Those are your family now. So that's how crazy it is. Those people that you were brushing elbows with, that's your family. You can call these
true.
people. You can text these people now. This is your family.
Yeah, very true. And you know, Gino and Jasmine, I was glad to see them since you know, we were on the season together and we were able to, like, you know, kind of connect in person. Really cool. Gino and Jasmine, awesome. I love them together. And then what else? Like, you know, I was just shocked that they invited me, but I wasn't at the tell-all because I had COVID. So that was pretty much that situation.
Yeah.
I tested positive for it the day before I was supposed to fly out to New York.
Aw.
So that sucked. Yeah, terrible. They sent me 2 more tests, took them all positive, and then I could barely talk throughout the whole thing. I drank like 8 cups of tea just to kind of get my throat clear. I had like a whole bag for like cough drops. Had I had everything on my desk. You guys couldn't see all that, but
you actually looked fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You actually looked fine.
I felt like crap. It was terrible. Congested. My throat was hurting. My head was hurting. My nose was clogged. I had stomach pain. I had acid reflux. I was going through it.
You're adorable. And I know that you probably can't say, but even if you could, you're such a sweetheart, I don't think you would. I just need to know your thoughts on Amanda and
Amanda. All right. Amanda and Christian. I like Amanda. I think that she's strong for telling her story about, you know, being a young widow. I will say that I think that she definitely wasn't looking out for herself when she got on the show.
Yeah.
What's up, Kim? I felt like she got on the show and it was kind of a situation where she was just maybe not looking out necessarily for her best interest. And I felt like she may have been a little vulnerable, but I think that she's really strong. I feel like she knows, you know, she knows better. I feel like she's really smart, strong, but in that situation with filming and all that, she definitely kind of jumped the gun. I don't think she was really ready, but I think that she was ready in a sense of not for herself. And then I think that, you know, grief and then also kind of figuring out, like, you know, if you want to go out and date or whatever, it's different from person to person. I felt like she was in a good position mentally and physically, you know. I felt like she, you know, she accepted what happened with her husband and that she was okay and not like, you know, upset or anything like that. I felt like she was okay in terms of that. But I just feel like in terms of like the actual relationship with a foreigner in a different country was just the part that kind of may have not been exactly the best thing at the time, you know. But other than that, I think that she's great, awesome, in that she may have just not have been ready for actually an international relationship.
Okay,
But I think that
there's different feelings about Amanda because we all know how I feel. How do you feel about Christian?
You know what? In a weird way, I actually like him.
You're just too nice. That's the whole thing.
You are digging yourself so far in a whole tirade.
I know,
You're just
right?
too nice.
I feel like Tyree is a politician, right? He answers every question right. He answers every
Oh my God.
Official Tyree for president.
Yes, Tyree for president. You know how to get the people on your side. We love you, and you are not saying nothing negative about nobody. I can see it. I know it.
You know what though? The thing is, when they brought that girl out from the bar, I was like in shock. And my sister was a little pissed off about it. But I was like, wow, they really brought that girl. But I think that he definitely, he definitely talks a lot. Not in a bad way, but I think that, I don't know how to explain it. You know, I go out too, and like I talk to people, but I feel like you kind of have to feel that vibe first before you kind of connect with someone, because someone might take it the wrong way. And I know how, like, you know, certain women, they feel like a guy is hitting on them all the time, and there's some that actually more are like okay with talking to someone and not thinking that it's, you know, necessarily hitting on someone. Because like I'll be honest, I've been out before and like I talked to women and it was nothing like I was hitting on them or anything, but like just because we were in the same place, just bringing up conversation. And I had women do the same thing to me. I had men do the same thing too. Like they'll be like, "Oh, let me buy you a drink or whatever." I was literally at the bar in New York.
Listen to this.
Sorry, I'm blabbering.
I'm a former bartender, okay? I've seen the just make talk kind of people, whether it be male or female. Christian is a full-on creep. Like, I would call any girl an Uber for him.
Okay, you're probably right.
I'm not wrong.
I'll just say it like this.
Teresa, what's up? Shout out to Teresa, guys.
Like Christian moves like a single guy.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but if you want to you move like a single guy, you got to be a single guy.
Yeah.
True.
You can't have a girlfriend at home and then out hitting on every girl at the bar. Like, I think if he wants to be a single, he wants to be a playboy, do that. Whatever makes you happy, but like, don't have a crying girlfriend at home while you're out acting like a single guy. That's not fair to nobody, like, at all.
Exactly. True. Especially with the relationship they're in, because she's trans and she's probably not 100%, maybe comfortable with the situation yet.
Exactly.
So I feel like for him, he should have definitely been a little more understanding.
In the very beginning,
definitely.
she made it clear that she had like sensory processing problems, and that it was really hard for her to be around all these people. And he just didn't take any of that into consideration. It was all about him.
Yeah, true. And I think that for them, like, I think opposites do attract, but definitely it was a little too opposite. You know what I mean? They definitely were attracting something else. But I feel like they could work if they just work on that and the communication issue. What's up, Riley? Oh, yeah, Teresa, anytime. And that's just my opinion on it.
Mad about Riley. Riley's a good guy.
Yeah, Riley's cool. Me and him talk all the time. But that's pretty much it on Christian. Just the fact that I think that he just is too used to kind of talking to people, because man, like, I won't even lie, like, my best friend is a female. My best friends are females, I'll say. And like literally I posted a picture with one on Friday, I think, and like her and her kids and my nieces, and like we do stuff like that together. So some people might think we're dating or whatever, but I feel like when you have that kind of relationship, you have to kind of have respect, and you have to be have to say things in a certain way to not make them feel uncomfortable, And I have sisters too and nieces, so I do know how, my sisters tell me all the time, like, this guy's being a creep. He's following me around, or he's buying me drinks and stuff like that. So for me, I know how to like approach without looking like, I don't know. I try not to, but like, that's why most of the time I don't even approach anybody. I just hang out in the corner by myself or whoever I'm with,
Well, yeah, sometimes it's better to have in a social setting people come to you, because like you said, some women always feel like if a guy approaches them first, he's hitting on her. So sometimes it's better for the group to approach you, and then it's less, they feel less like you're hitting on them, and it's more of a social interaction.
Exactly, and that's how it was at that event.
I see it both ways.
You do?
Yeah.
See, and I like that. I like that perspective.
There's been so many times I would watch girls come in and creep on guys. I would watch guys come in and creep on girls. Both sex are horrible people. I mean, let's just be, they're horrible people. And I
like you.
But like, certain people get creeper vibes. There's girls out there that I'm like, man, say you're my husband. Like, do whatever you gotta do to get out of the situation. Or vice versa, say I'm your wife. Do what you gotta do to get out of the situation. And I would play it all night long. But you can pick up those kind of people. I mean, and Christian's one of those. Not gonna lie.
I do kind of.
He is. And I think my main issue with Christian is he just doesn't want to admit that he is hurting Cleo and he's wrong, because he's like, well, the only reason why I think it's wrong is because she's upset or because she's hurt. And I'm like, no, it's wrong because you just asked her to marry you, but you also said that you're not going to stop hitting on people in bars. Like, that's my issue. You have to, like, compromise. Like, you can't just say, well, this is just who I am, take it or leave it. Like, if she's telling you it bothers her, it makes her uncomfortable, as someone you love, you would take that into consideration and try to take action. I'm not, like, you can't change overnight, but you could definitely take small steps to try to make that person feel as comfortable as possible.
He never even took her feelings in consideration at all.
No.
Never.
He didn't.
Never.
Okay, Riley's in here. I just sent Riley a message and he's ignoring me.
Oh, Tyree's gone. Tyree's gone.
Aw. Bye, Tyree.
I guess Tyree's gone.
Friend.
So yeah, today's episode with Christian pissed me off for the most part because he just wouldn't admit to anything. He was like, I don't think anything is wrong. They even showed the video. The girl shows up in the studio and the girl is like, oh yeah, I felt like he was hitting on me. If he didn't tell me he had a girlfriend, I never would have known this girl existed. And I was like, well, now you see that what you did would give the impression that you're moving like a single person. So I was
My
like,
bad, guys.
That's all right. You need to then like,
You gave us a dial tone, Tyree.
right? I felt
I
like,
spiked the wrong way.
He done hung up. He's like,
I'm done with y'all.
You gave us the dial tone. What is wrong with you? But no, you have a very good point. You have a very good point, George. I mean, he was, I don't know.
I mean,
You have a very good point.
I don't fault anyone for anything if they acknowledge and they take responsibility. I don't fault you for anything.
Yeah.
Like, we are all human. We all make mistakes. Sometimes we say or do things that can hurt other people unknowingly. But then when that person, Tyree's gone again.
Tyree.
When that person acknowledges to you that you hurt them and you did something terrible and they were hurt, that's when you take responsibility and say, I didn't realize what I did affected you that way, and I'm sorry. That's all. A normal human being with normal human decency. And he doesn't have any human decency. He's just like, I don't know what I did wrong. I think, because he's like, oh, I'm sociable. Why do you only talk to women?
Yeah.
Because I'm sociable. When I go to a party, I talk to men, women, everybody. Everybody.
He tried to cover that up with, well, women are 50% of the population. No. Because 50% of the people in that bar were males, and you didn't talk to them.
He avoided the males completely. That's my thing. And it's like, if you're social...
He doesn't even want to talk to men. And then, what was he calling it? A Steiner, or Stinker?
Steiner. Yeah, the Discord account has
what the heck is that?
That's his own
Seriously?
word. That's his own word.
And he's like putting those people over Cleo, because he's like talking to one of the girls in the Steiner group. Cleo knows about it, and she's like, this girl clearly likes you, and he's like, oh, it's just friendly.
Right.
It's just friendly. My biggest fear is Cleo is gonna marry him, and he's gonna continue to do this, and he's gonna hurt her. That's my biggest fear.
Is he actually gonna propose?
Well, he said maybe, possibly in the future, maybe,
No,
blink, maybe.
But he does this. Would you be willing to marry me? And then he's like, this is unofficial. Stop. Either do it or don't do it. You change
He wants
it.
to meet Nicola freaking, or Nicola, or whatever the heck you want to call him, proposes without a ring. And the only reason why he did like that was in case she said no, he wouldn't have to return the ring. Like, really?
Yeah, apparently people are pre-proposing.
You better not do that to a woman, okay? Or I'm going to come hunt you down.
People are sending out like general interest proposals where they're like, hey, hypothetically, if I was to ask you to marry me, hypothetically, would you say yes? They're like sending out general interest proposals. They're like, do you like me? Circle yes, circle no. So just in case they circle no, they don't actually have to get embarrassed on one knee. Which, when did men become such weenies? Get on your knee and ask her if she wants to marry you. This is what we do. You're a guy. You're a man. Get on your knees and ask if she wants to be your wife. She has the right to say no. That's part of the deal. Don't send out a general interest like, hey, I might propose you, maybe, possibly, like in a month or 3. What would you say? What the hell is that?
Yeah. That's stupid.
Christian is a frat boy player, and I have no issue with that. I just don't want nobody to get hurt because of it.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely someone who likes attention, and he wants to be the center of attention, and he wants female attention, which, again, I have no issue with that. I just feel like no one should be in that situation that's going to be hurt by his actions. As long as your actions don't hurt anyone else, I have nothing to say about it. I don't judge you. I don't question what makes you happy. As long as everyone in the situation is happy, I think that do it. You know, no one's getting hurt. Everybody is okay with it. But I feel like Cleo she's not okay with it. But when she heard him say like, "Would you marry me?" her eyes lit up, and I was just like super worried because I was like, she would say yes.
Rug out from under her.
Yes, and I'm just
I was like, run, Cleo, run.
I'm worried
Say
about
no.
her because
Just say no.
no is the correct answer to that question. Don't put yourself in a situation unless he can show you with actions that he can change. You know.
So, Tyree, what are your thoughts on being in a relationship and your significant other going to the bar and talking only to men, or you going to the bar and only talking to women, but you make sure that the women are by themselves?
Yeah, that's definitely crazy. You know, regardless of anything, you know, if you're out of the country or not, you know. And I did like during like the episode I did say like, you know, I thought that the girl was being a little extra, which I do still feel like she was, until he said, "Let's go to Thanksgiving dinner at my house," and he exchanged social media. I felt like that was a little too much.
Yeah.
You know, and my family did too. Up until that point, I was like, oh, he's just talking to her because, you know, they're both Americans. You know, they're both at this bar or whatever, you know. They don't have these, you know, British accents or whatever. So that, and up until that point, I was like, okay, that's cool. But I totally think that you do have to kind of set boundaries. You know, not everyone should have access to you when you're in a relationship, especially like when you're out or whatever, because at that point, you're either going to make, you know, your partner insecure or they're going to make you insecure because you're out there giving all your attention to somebody else, but you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. You got to make sure that you're giving, you know, a majority of your attention to them. And that's where communication comes to play. You know, it definitely should be a situation where you say, you know, talk, but then don't go to a point where, you know, it's inappropriate or you're just messing up boundaries. I know, what's his name? Jonah Hill recently, he was with this woman and he like told her, hey, you know, I have boundaries or whatever. And like a lot of people kind of chewed into him about it. But I totally think it's important to have a certain set of boundaries. So I do understand his perspective on it, but like not in a point where you're controlling the person saying, oh, you can't go here and go there. You know what I mean? But definitely set boundaries and communicate. I feel like that's important.
It is.
And then like for like I really like Misha and Nicola together. Like they were definitely one of my favorite couples. I think that I don't even know how to explain it. I think that they see something beyond the outside shell that a lot of people might not understand, you know. And I kind of like that. You guys are probably gonna roast me for that, but
scratching my head a little bit. I'm just scratching my head a little bit. I
mean, I really like Misha. I really like her.
I do too. Nicola.
She's
We like
really.
Nicola. We don't like Nicola.
So I was raised in a religious cult and I went to religious school my whole life. Nicola reminds me of one of the pastors at one of my schools and the churches that I went to who just told all of us everything that we did was wrong all the time. Like we never got a compliment. We were always sinners. We were always terrible and we were always going to go to hell. I get like PSD whenever I see him or hear him talk. I'm like, I see that same guy who was at my school and he was just like, oh, you were talking to girls. That's wrong. You can everything was just wrong. And I can't imagine living that way like as an adult, because as a kid I didn't have a choice. I had to. I was in the cult, but as an adult I just put myself in Misha's shoes and I'm thinking like this would be her life all the time, trying to live up to impossible expectations of someone, and I can't imagine what that would be like. I can't imagine what it's like no matter what you do, since you were alive before you met him. You already don't live up to his expectations. Like I love her and I don't want her to ever wake up in the morning and think she's not good enough just as who she is. Yep. I just hate that idea for her because she is good enough. She's a good mother. Her relationship didn't work. It doesn't have to work. She didn't need to stay with somebody that didn't love her. And I would never in a million years wanted her to do that. And the fact that he was like, well, I won't marry you unless you get the annulment, it also pissed me off because I'm thinking like, you're making it seem like she's not good enough for you unless the church says she is. She's a good person in or outside the church. Right. And I just want her to know that. Like, she's a good person whether the church says she's a good person or not. You being a good person is between you and the person that you worship. No one outside of that can tell you any differently. And I feel like he's telling her differently, and I just don't like that for her.
Right. I
Yeah, she's super awesome. She has a really good heart. I like how she kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of explains religion and how she handles and conducts herself with the religion aspect of it. Not judgy or anything like that. I like the fact that she went to a bar or whatever, she dresses how she wants to. I really respect that. And her actually having that, that spiritual awakening, because I feel like, that's a lot of people are kind of talking about her about that, but I feel like it happens, some people have those awakenings, and that's just when they kind of realize that there's something bigger than just what's on the surface or whatever. And I feel like that's what attracts her to him. And I feel like they definitely have something that we don't see,
Has to, has
going
to
on.
be.
But
Has
I
to
honestly think they're going to work out. I feel like they're going to get married. I feel like something about them kind of, I don't know what the word is. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. Same thing with Gino and Jasmine. I think they're going to be amazing together.
Yeah, I mean, I think opposites attract, and I know
Yeah.
Jasmine is a firecracker, and most men like their women to be
I will be right
spicy.
back. Give me
Okay.
10 seconds. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Most people want their woman to be spicy. They want her to have that spice about them, and I feel like Gino is craving that, and I feel like they kind of feed off of each other. Like, Gino is quiet and he wants her to take control, and I feel like exactly that is happening. He's getting that. He might act like he doesn't like it, but he does. He loves Jasmine being in control. He loves her telling him what to do. Some men are like that. Some men are
Exactly.
like, I want to be
I
controlled.
was going to say that.
What to do. And I feel like Gino and Jasmine are in a perfect little marriage where the power is switched, and I feel like Gino likes it deep down. He loves that Jasmine is so feisty and she's hot and she's beautiful, and she makes him feel like the only guy in the room. Like, that's one thing about Jasmine that I respect. She is so into Gino, it's almost disturbing, right? Like, it's almost disturbing. She is so attracted to him. She says the things she wants to do to him, and I'm like, whoa, this is so disturbing, but I love that for him. I want somebody to be that into me, right?
Yeah,
like,
true.
I really want that.
True, exactly. They love each other, and I think that she likes him because of that too. They really feed off each other, and I feel like they're like a match made in heaven, literally.
Yeah.
And like when I seen them together at the event, it was like they were just so like I can't even explain it. I was like, wow, this is beautiful what they have. I told them, like, I love you guys together and how you guys kind of interact and all that, and it was awesome meeting them. They're awesome in person. Really cool. Gino's funny, really funny guy.
He is.
Really chill too.
He is. Yeah, you're right. Gino is hilarious, and he doesn't get a lot of words in edgewise when Jasmine is around, so a lot of people don't know. Gino is hilarious. He's a funny guy, and anyone who hasn't met him, this guy is hilarious. He's a good person too.
Yeah,
like,
really good.
A genuine person. Like, honestly, if you guys don't know, don't just think what you saw on the show is all of who he is. And same with Jasmine. Don't just think her yelling and screaming and telling Gino he's horrible in bed is exactly who he is. There's so much more to Jasmine than that. So you don't just like take the show and be like, oh, she's just a horrible human being. There is a whole bunch more. And then trust me, their relationship would not have lasted all these years if that's all that was taking place.
I was
Yeah,
actually
true.
team Jasmine tonight. Like, I was so on board with Jasmine.
Yeah, me too. Okay, yeah, me too. I felt like Jasmine, especially when she tried to handle Amanda. I was like,
Yeah.
Jasmine volunteered as tribute, and she took on
Yes,
Amanda.
first of all,
Yeah.
two things with Jasmine tonight, okay? Jasmine stole mine and Cara's line.
Yes.
That is mine and Cara's line.
That's
No
Oh,
one
you mean-
is allowed to say they're going to punch nobody in the face. That's mine and Cara's line, okay? That line is all for anybody else. Second of all, why the hell she didn't get up and punch that bitch in the face, I will not understand.
Well, she's on a K1 visa. Anything that you do would get you booted out of the country,
No.
DeeDee.
Wait a minute. She cussed at her. She disrespected her. She had the right.
No,
And then she could have got her
No.
papers for free.
there's no law that says that you have the right to knock somebody out.
Yes, there is.
There's no law.
It's Cara's law.
I submitted it. We submitted it to make it a law. It is now a law.
It is a law.
There is a law. There is a law that if you punch somebody in the face, you can get arrested. That's a law.
Well,
and it's
that's whenever you're supposed to go get us out of jail, George.
well, I wouldn't have
Bill,
to if
Bill
you
Bonds.
stop punching people in the face.
No.
You can't just
We
punch
have
people
a
in.
George. We're fine.
But
Get yourself a George if you find yourself in our
I
position.
don't have unlimited funds to bail out every event. I don't have unlimited funds. Sometimes you just have to behave.
Well,
No, we can't behave. We're ready to punch somebody.
Got the knuckles up.
I mean,
Oh my
I
goodness.
love Jasmine. I loved Jasmine before this season. Not gonna lie. This season changed my mind a lot. And I actually love Gino a lot. Didn't think I would say that. But I feel like Gino needs some serious protection.
But I can tell you two people that I wish I could see have locked up in the same room together. That
Is it
would be three people actually. That would be Jasmine, Amanda, and Angela.
Yes. Yes.
Lock them three up in the room together. I want to see who. I want to see who wins.
This feels like a Purge movie scene. I don't think that would be safe.
But I actually feel like Jasmine's coming out on top on that one for some reason.
Jasmine? Yeah, I don't think anybody is going to beat up Jasmine. It's funny because she got nice long nails, long hair, but I feel like she would knock somebody out, right?
Yeah.
I feel like she would. You come at Jasmine.
Hopefully it's me, Ma.
Well, wait. You think that, who do you think would win out of Angela and Jasmine?
Well, I think Angela is so good at bullying people that if she actually bullied someone that, like me or DeeDee, or someone that could stand up for themselves, she would get her ass kicked.
Have we ever seen Angela fight other than with Dr. Jen?
No, because she's never been in my face. But I would her ass.
Because I know she was almost French kissing Liz on the last resort. She was like this. Like they were almost French kissing.
Well, that would have been a different type of show. That would have been a different type of show.
Mima. Sexy Mima.
I would have watched it, but it would have been a different type of show.
Yep.
All right.
Either way, Tyree, you're freaking awesome. We love you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're going to be on another show.
Right?
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. We want to see you on another show. Thanks for coming on and talking to us. We were just really wondering about that clothes question. We were like, what's going on with that? So thanks for coming on. You've always been a favorite of ours on the show, so I'm glad you were able to come on and say hi. And everybody loves seeing you. And like I said, if we see you on another show, we will not be mad about it. Yeah, we won't be mad.
Maybe be 90 again. I'll take another step out of the country and actually go somewhere this time and not Denver.
Yeah, get that passport stamped.
Yeah.
Get that passport stamped.
Right. I appreciate you guys, though. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. We love you. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Anytime. Love you guys, too. See you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Take it easy.
Gosh, I love him. I hope he finds all the happiness in the world.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
He is.
So, hold on. There's something else I wanted to talk about before we end. Well, we kind of talked about Amanda already, right? Yeah, we talked about Amanda already and her shit.
Yeah.
And she's in another relationship. And hold on, someone who wants to join. Who wants to join?
Just
Is it Riley? No, it's not Riley. It's not Riley. It's not Riley.
I asked Riley, and he is. Where is Riley?
He's in here. He's avoiding it.
Oh, I know. I know. I told him I messaged him.
Jasmine was in here too. I think she left though.
Yeah, but I know Riley's ready.
So
come on.
I don't know if he wants to join though. I know Riley is he's kind of private. I don't know if he wants to join. I don't see him like lives
Kind
much.
of private.
I don't see him on lives very much. Do you?
You're not kind of private and then go on freaking 90 Day.
Well, see, look, he said, no, I am not going live. See, he said just now, he's saying, I'm not going live. Told you, he's very private.
Not because he's private.
Maybe he's
We won't hurt your feelings, Riley.
We'll hurt him a little bit, but that's fine.
Oh my gosh.
We're only going to hurt him. Oh,
my favorite comment of the night actually came from Riley when they called Christian, and he was like, "We gonna get you, motherfucker." That was my favorite comment of that. So when he picks up his voicemail and he hears that, and I was like, see, that is exactly what I would have done.
Yep.
So I was really happy about that comment. I was like, because somebody has to stand up to this guy, right?
Awesome. I give Riley 100% kudos for that. That was amazing. Riley, I'm totally on board with Riley through the whole thing. He stood up to Violet. He did everything right until he defended Amanda. I was like, what are you saying? No.
Maybe
you gotta be some kind of crazy to defend that woman.
Yep.
Maybe there's something going on between the two of them. Maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe so.
Possibly.
Maybe that's why he don't want to come live with us, because we're gonna ask the questions.
We'll ask too many questions, or maybe she's with him right now, right? Like maybe she's with him right now. We don't know.
Maybe Amanda won't let him go live right now.
That's probably what it is. She don't want anybody to know where she's at.
Yep.
So this was the end of the chapter for season 6 of Before the 90 Days. Next week we are getting the OG. Oh, he said maybe I just don't like Razvan. What? You don't like Razvan?
What?
Everybody like Razvan. Razvan's cool.
Now you gotta spill the tea, Riley.
What happened between y'all? Okay, so next week we're gonna get the brand new season of the OG 90 Day Fiance, familiar faces Gino and Jasmine, and then all new people. Right? Am I right? Is it all new after them? Yeah, all new people.
Other than Gino and Jasmine.
Yeah, other than Gino and Jasmine, all new couples, and we're gonna be experiencing the OG, and it's the 10th season, so 10 years. Right? It kind of sucks to say that out loud because I've been watching it since the first season, and I've never missed a spinoff, so now I've realized years, and then all 50 spinoffs too. It's like, well, geez, that's kind of eye-opening for me right now. Now I realize that I really don't have a life. Like, I really don't have a life. I've been so into this for so long, but I'm really excited about the original OG next week, 90 Day, because that's when it all started. That's where it all became, wait, what did you say? He smashed, and all of a sudden he's not into her. Oh, yeah, that is what he said on the tell-all. He said that after they became intimate, that's when Razvan decided that he didn't want to be with her.
Riley, did you watch the whole show? She only went after him when the best friend said that she was toxic. Then she decided she'd sleep with him.
Well, yeah, at first, she wouldn't sleep with him at all. She was like, we're not doing that.
Then when she found out the mom didn't really like her, then she wanted to go have be intimate with him again.
Yep.
It was sexual warfare. It was basically she was using it as a weapon. She didn't want to do it at all. And then when his friend called her fake, she was like, oh, well, I'll use sex as a weapon. And then when she found out Razvan's mom didn't like her, she's like, oh, I'll use sex as a weapon. I'll give him what he wants 4 times in one night. Then his mom has to like me. And it was warfare. She was using it against him. And I don't know if you saw the season that we saw, because I don't see how Razvan used her for sex at all, because she wasn't even trying to give him any. And then she decided, right. So I don't know. I don't know what that situation is, but he said, I just don't like him. Okay, I respect that. I totally respect that. I feel the same way about Christian. I totally respect that. You know what? You have that right. Some people, you meet them or you see them and you see what they've done, you just don't vibe it. I don't vibe it.
I feel the same way about Violet.
You did. You did. Actually, I was trying to give her the benefit of a doubt, and you shot me down every week. You were like, I just don't like her.
No, me and Cara didn't like Violet from the first time, the first 5 seconds she was on there. We was like, nope, nope.
That's
Violet was a huge red flag the whole time.
And I think that it's a vibe that you get from people. And if Riley thinks that about Rosalind, I respect that, because when I meet people, sometimes I get a weird vibe.
Yeah.
And I just don't like them.
Yep.
And until they give me a reason to like them, I kind of just keep my distance. You know, so
Well,
I
like
totally understand that.
So, like, Amanda used sex for Rosvon. Kudos to Rosvon. Violet, in the end, used Riley for sex. Kudos to Riley.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like it.
They both made these women look as dumb as they were.
Which was much needed this season.
Yes.
Because they were trying to make these men look like they were something they weren't. So I'm glad that they were able to clear the air, clear their names, because Violet definitely tried to make Riley look like he was something he wasn't. So I'm glad that we know we can see through that, and we can see through that crap that we saw at the Tell All About Rosman too. He's not a bad dude.
Yep.
And Riley's not a bad dude. You know, when people are lying to you and using you, and they're using sex as a weapon, and they're doing this to you, they're manipulating you, they can try to make it appear that your actions, your reaction to what they're doing makes you a bad person. That doesn't make you a bad person.
Yep.
You were reacting to the way you were being treated.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, Violet had to treat Raleigh the way the way she was treating him, because she had to go home to her husband every night.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they
Riley and takes the shirtless man. So
yeah, Riley, they think that she was married the whole time, but that's their theory. While you were there, she was staying with her.
And from day one.
And that's why she never got off the dating app, because she was still talking to other men. That's how she makes her money. Just saying.
100%.
Well, it's possible. All right, guys, we got to end this. We've been on for a really long time. So we got to end this. So this is it for before the 90 days. O'Reilly said he never found out the truth. That's
damn, Riley.
I bet you did.
Stop,
Tyree. You are digging yourself in a bigger hole.
Tyree
okay.
likes everybody. That's that.
So we're gonna close off tonight. We'll be back tomorrow for The Other Way, which we're getting pretty far along in that season too. And then the next Tuesday we'll be back for The Last Resort.
Yep.
Then Wednesday the Pop Culture Podcast will be posted, so you guys can listen to that. We had a lot of fun topics this week, and next week we're gonna try to get Kara on the Pop Culture Podcast too. So you guys, it'll be all of us back. So you'll get all of that, all of the crazy information, and Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift and Britney Spears and all this crazy stuff going on around us every day outside of 90 Day. You'll be getting that from us too. So thank you for joining us. It was a long one tonight. And yeah, Tyree, join every week. Come say hi. Come say hi.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us tonight. It was a long one. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about The Other Way. This is it for the Before the 90 Days, season 6, 18th episode, 18 episodes, all the drama. We're ending it tonight. Make sure you're following me on all social media platforms at George Mossey, GeorgeMossey.com. Anywhere you get your podcast, type in The George Mossey Show. Follow my co-hosts, Kara and DeeDee Castile. They're tagged in this video. And we're going to talk to all of you guys tomorrow night. And Tyree, thanks for joining us tonight. And yeah, drop by anytime.
Yep. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.